just a little while since we were back here with our dear friend Geralt in the land of Temeria. We had just gotten an access letter, or a letter of passage, or whatever it's called, a letter of safe conduct. Something like that, in order to get into this city. And I believe I was just trying to sell some things at the blacksmith to lighten my load somewhat. Let me refresh my memory if I had actually done so, or if I just thought about it. Looks like I have an awful lot of swords. That's not lightening my load. So let me check my map here. You'll have to pardon me, it's been a few weeks since I've jumped into this. We've been playing Dark Souls 2 in the interim, so I am on Dark Souls 2 controls, and not performing well. We'll figure it out. So what I'm hoping to find is both a swordsmith and a barber in this town somewhere. But I suppose I will have to search the streets a bit. And or ask around the old-fashioned way. I don't know what some of these... Auction house. Oh good, it will tell me if I get close enough. Okay. So I'm really not sure. Let me check this blacksmith again. I'm assuming the reason I did not sell my swords already is because this was like an armorer instead of a weaponsmith. But let me check if that's not correct.
Greetings again. So, you got a job for me, an interesting one.
Oh, I always do. It's Gwent. No.
Show me what you have in stock.
Not the time. So he'll sure sell me some swords for top dollar, but he's only giving me like 8 to 9 coins for each. I'm not exactly sure why. But in lieu of having a swordsmith visible at the moment, I'm just going to sell these here. Once again, lighten that load. Okay, that'll help somewhat.
So long.
I'm sure we'll be back to speak with you. And thank you for letting me get a long glance at your untrimmed armpit hairs there. I appreciate that.
Honor in the fatherland.
In reality, it actually looked quite smooth down there. I'm wondering if he is perhaps waxing behind the backs of the guardsmen. Quick, they're not looking! Tear it! Tear it! Better not find you be doing any waxing in there, blacksmith. Etc., etc. It goes on and on. Alright. This appears to finally be a barber. And good morning over there. I am finally peeking at you in the chat. So nice to see you.
Greetings, Master. What can I do for you?
Got a razor and shears? Good. Make me look decent.
You know there's almost nothing you could possibly do to make me look bad, so just do whatever. I would like a new haircut. Let's see. Shaved except for a ponytail. I always forget that you don't actually get to like see the styles. You get a brief text description of the styles, and if you want to see it, you have to pay out. So like the Elven Rebel cut, for example. Who knows? Who knows what that looks like? Shaved on the sides, short on top, ponytail. No idea what that would look like. I may actually bring up a quick guide here just to see if I can check. I don't want to end up with a mullet necessarily. Not yet. Not until a very specific point in the storyline. If I can remember how to use a keyboard. It's looking doubtful. I'm assuming there must be other styles too, though I'm not entirely sure. Aha. So it is looking like shaved on the side, short on top ponytail is kind of like a mohawk situation, kind of cool. The shaved head, except for ponytail, is more of like a modern style, an undercut. Elven Rebel is like a greaser, slick back ordeal. We've got some fantastic long and loose options that just let him flow and flow for days, like a romance novelist. I think I'm going to try loose, but not too long. It has sort of a Dante effect to it. I'm always referencing. Let's try that. Alright, loose, not too long. Hit me with it. Oh yeah. Bros. It's me, it's Geralt. Let's go to the beach. Fantastic. Okay. And I guess the same story here. Text descriptions only. Scrolling down the pages. They don't include beards. Well, I'm disappointed. Okay, that's fine. We'll just go with the text descriptions on these. It is kind of fun to be clean shaven, because then you get to see it actually growing out in real time as you progress through the options. So let's just try that for now. We can make individual changes later. I don't want to lock you in the barber's chair for too long. There we go. Just be any young boy who can star in a adaptation of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott.
So long.
The right kind of pretty young boy only comes along every, 15 years. Christian Bale, Timothy Chalamet, who's gonna be next? Boy, do I wonder. Alright, so he's lost a tiny bit of his hardened Witcher edge. He does look like he's about to start crooning at any moment, but we'll give it a shot.
Long live Radovid!
Just looking around here if there are any other shops of note. And remembering the button to jump. And to tuck my little legs under my bottom. It's B, if you're curious. How to tuck your legs under your little bottom. Just hit B. Okay, I will race back to the waypoint at hand here. Let's get him the full look in a bit of a cutscene. Or give him the full look, rather. I suppose I should save it first, just in case. And likely down there. Well, don't I feel silly? Hello?
I'm looking for Tamara, the Bloody Baron's daughter. Your brother said I'd find her here.
Wojtek send you, sir.
How else would I know she was here?
Wait a moment. I'll fetch her straight away.
It's very decent of you. Thank you. I'll wait here, smooth, know, you hit B. And you don't bend that way. I'm so sorry. I gave you bad advice.
You're looking for me, and who might you be? My father sent you?
Yeah, to see if you're still alive. And well. I'm Geralt of Rivia.
I'm quite alive and extraordinarily well, Geralt of Rivia. Better than I've ever been in this rotten life of mine, and now that you've seen me, I bid you farewell.
Wait.
We've nothing more to talk
Fair
about.
enough. Yeah, that's fine. I've met him. He is a rather drunken lout.
Your father's a vile man. You're angry and bitter. Can't blame you.
Why do you help him then? Why did you take this job?
Because he knows something about someone dear to me. Promised to tell me if I found you and your mother.
Got it. A bit of blackmail. Just his style. Well, now you've found me, you can tell him I'm alive and I'm never coming back.
That's a very forward question for the second question you ask a stranger. No. No.
Before I agreed to look for you, your father told me his version of events. Tell me yours.
Mine? It's dull as life amidst the swamps. My earliest memories are of a drunken father lying under the stairs, caked in mud and clutching a bottle. Next dozen years, pretty much the same. Father would drink, disappear for days, then come home in a rage and send furniture flying. Thank the gods for war. I was glad every time they sent him off. And the quarrels. I remember him screaming at Mum, the thuds as he beat her, then her sobbing. I'd hide under my bed and long for silence. That's the long and short of it. Multiply by 19 and there you have my life. Finally, we'd had enough, Mum and me. He crossed the line and we fled.
Wojtek claims your mother had strange marks on her hands, and that a monster dragged her into the woods. That true?
We were riding towards the river. Suddenly, Mum cried out, bent over, almost fell off her horse. I rode up to her and saw something strange. Her hands were on fire. And then that creature leapt from the woods. I don't know what it was, but it roared so fierce my nose bled. I saw it topple trees. I've never been so scared in my life. And that thing grabbed my mum and disappeared into the woods. I wanted to turn back, go after them, but the horses panicked. Now I don't even know if she's alive.
What will you do now?
Find my mum.
You realize that might not be that easy.
Don't worry, I'm not daft enough to believe I can do it alone. I've got some new friends now. Powerful friends. They'll help.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. You probably don't need me then. I'll just be on my way.
Who are these friends, if it's not a secret?
No secret. Heard of the Church of the Eternal Fire?
Oh,
A priest
oh
helped me
good.
contact the Redanian witch hunters.
The wacky
Righteous,
fire cult is gonna
brave
help you
men.
find your mom, sure.
They'll help me.
No, see, I
There's the
understand that you're
candlesticks in the
desperate.
room. So you believe in the eternal fire?
Once the heat of the fire has set your heart aflame, it gives you strength.
Oh,
And
great.
leads you down the path of truth for the rest of your life. I hope it'll bless you with its warmth one day.
Thanks. Thing is, fire's tricky. It's easy to get burned.
This is why you don't be, a terrible father and smash things and arrive caked in mud clutching a bottle. This is what it drives your children to. Wacky fire cults.
What about your father?
Who? Oh, him. I don't care. I won't go back to him. That bit of my life? Forgotten it already.
Well. A witcher. Never thought the Baron would stoop to hiring a monster
Hello?
slayer.
Nice balls.
I hear you're good at tracking
Or
things down.
poultices, whatever those are.
Glad you know who I am. Haven't introduced yourself, though.
Graden, witch hunter in the service of His Royal Majesty Radovid of Redania. I'm certain you've heard of us.
Rings a bell.
If the bloody Baron
Could you maybe
sent
hang
you to
those
fix his daughter
just a
with
bit
best
higher? I mean, they're like halfway right now. They're
fail.
right on the fence, man.
I appreciate your concern, but I don't need it. As for Tamara, she can make her own decisions.
Noble of you. A killer for hire abandoning his bounty for the good of another. The hunters and the Church of the Eternal Fire thank you. So the Baron hired a witcher to find his daughter. Interesting.
Desperate fathers have been known to do a lot to find their daughters.
Unexpected from...
Even consort with a witcher.
I thought your mutations
Please
cleansed you
turn.
of humanity,
Please turn.
stripped you of emotions.
You don't need mutations to strip men of their humanity. I've seen plenty of examples. Where are you gonna take her?
Tamara must rest. She's had a harrowing experience. When the warmth of the eternal fire has restored her strength, we shall see about finding her mother.
Before you go, your father asked me to give you this.
Clara?
It's Taffy.
Father told you to give me Clara. Funny how he thought to buy me back with a memory. Tell him one gesture could never make up for a ruined childhood. So long, Witcher. In spite of all
I ate some of it.
Well, I'm grateful you
I got hungry on the trip.
didn't force me to go back to the tyrant.
Hope you know what you're getting yourself into. So long, and good luck.
So long, farewell. I'll just be petting your cat. Nibbles. Hey, Nibbles. You're a good... cat. Yeah. I was gonna go with good boy, but I can't see close enough. So you're a good cat. Alright. So we found his daughter. We can go tell him at any time, but it's not good news. I doubt he'll be pleased. So we should likely continue to find his, wife, however that shakes out first. Investigate all remaining leads in Velen. Okay, well it's only like 600 square miles, that's fine. I'll just go out into the woods and investigate all of the remaining leads. The Trail of Treats, yes, I do remember this, as though from a distant dream. So where is this actually leading me now, is the question. Is it just taking me back to the Baron, or are there other leads? It's just taking me back to the Baron. So I don't know if the next thing will be that Crookback Bog, the Trail of Treats, if that is where I should start next. Or if I should perhaps make this a non-main story episode, and we could clean up some side quests. Who knows? I suppose I can use these while I'm here. There we go. Finally turned. So, we have a shave. We're fairly well stocked. I really don't want to find the crones yet. And I don't want to talk to the Baron yet. So I guess that's the end of the game here. Sure, yeah, this is the alternate path point you had mentioned previously. I appreciate that greatly. I still haven't even defeated that werewolf we started on. I was about 3 levels too low to start in on it. So I have too much to do, too many things. How about we go ask this lady about the monsters in her manor, to put off any potential choices I may have to make. Sure. So I guess I just need to find a fast travel post at the base of the city, the western gate. Sure. Let's head that way. See if we can find something to do that doesn't barrel us along down the main story too quickly.
You choked to death on 3 pounds of steel.
Yeah. Same old story. Threats over here, long live Radovid over there. Nothing you have to say has value. So we're jumping back to Lindenvale. Let's see if we can clean up a small side path here. Thank you for bearing with me through my city duties.
What are ye looking at? Stop bothering us poor folk.
Oh, I'm not looking at nothing. Don't you worry.
What was that about?
What's become of me in me elder years? Refused a roof over me head by a common churl. I was born a noble's daughter. My brother and I, we managed the manor for years.
Manor managers, eh?
What happened to him?
A caller came one day. A drifter, a hunter. It wasn't long before we fell in love and wed. We prepared to leave the manor. My brother, he took offence, refused to bid me farewell. Years on I returned.
You know how
but
brothers
found no
are.
sign of him. Folk claimed monsters had infested our home. Come to nest there.
I love killing monsters.
I could
If there's
take
any
care of the
possibility
monsters
that
for
I
you.
could kill these monsters for you, I'd be happy.
No ordinary man would be so eager. Don't fret. It's all the same to me, provided you're honest.
I love how he kind of half smirked when she said that.
Take this key. Once you've driven off the beasts, look for a chest. My treasure. Savings, really. They're yours.
What'll that leave you with?
Oh, that's
A roof
kind,
over
but
my head
unnecessary.
is all I need. And if it comes to it, I've other heirlooms to sell. But I know you witchers don't work
I
for
can
free.
just meditate for
Never let
years
you go
without
without
food, it's
honest
fine.
pay. God's keep you.
Alright, find the family manor.
Only me man weren't forever getting tossed at the tavern.
Well, I've eaten a chicken leg instead of calling a horse. That'll happen. There's a horse. Hey, buddy. Me? No, I'm full. Thank you for checking. I suppose we should head off the path, as it so solidly insists. There's the, Witcher senses. I could not remember the button for that this entire time. Much like every time I play. My Dragon Slayer's Grotto. That sounds like nothing I want to have to do with right now. But it did give me a nice fast travel post for later. That will be lovely. Hello, doggies. Well, that sounded more like a wraith than a dog. Some sort of forest spirit. Okay. Still running. Still running for it. Just was curious about the forest spirit was all. Now we have wraiths. Alright, get out of here, Roach. Let's get this, There we go. Cast sign. And... And you? Alright. Another one over here. Somewhere. Where are you going? Alright. There's a bit of classic witchery. Done and dusted. That's what we're all here for. Saucy wraith fights. So she did say there was a chest with her whole savings in it. I don't necessarily want to take that. But if you have, like, rare Witcher diagrams of Witcher gear...
Like twins. Old woman's brother. Must be.
You dropped your petals. Excuse me. This is it. This is the chest she mentioned. I'm fairly certain. The poor old woman. Took her years of saving to get that ladle. That's how tough times are here in Velen. So I'm not seeing anything else necessarily of interest. Let's try some other buildings. The slowest, most genteel of looting. There's a little something something.
Wonder what door this opens.
Thank you for the advice, but I'm just going to leave some things for now. Telekinetic blast. Well, sure. I will certainly grab high-level saleable items, but I don't want to spend my time picking up every mug and ladle, as much as I appreciate the thought. I will take some books, though they are heavy, in case I have not read them.
Little wear and tear. Someone's journal.
All right. Interesting. Not sure exactly what the implication of that is. Her brother seemed to get very, very jealous when she tried to marry another man. Is that what I read? Well, this is a nice little perch. Not sure what the purpose of it is exactly. So that was just a diary. I'm still not seeing a savings, necessarily. I forget exactly where she said, if she said. I don't think I've checked in here yet, though. Yes to these things. Yes, yes, yes. Crafting items ahoy! Oh, watch your fingers. You could fall asleep for years hanging around here. This looks strange. But likely not breakable. Oh, that's fine. I'll go around. You keep your secrets. Okay. So I must be missing the actual chest she spoke of, but I was hoping not to take it regardless. Did I find a way to an upper level in there? I don't recall there being an upper level, but of course there was. I've just forgotten by now. Yes, okay. Just double checking. So hopefully I'm not missing something desperately important, as is my wont. We could likely fast travel back to her,
Go.
just to save time. Though it is not much time. All right. I got you a house. Please go live in it, in peace and prosperity. Oh, great. The inhabitants of Lindenvale are ordered to report to the Army Group Center to perform labor for the Empire. Those caught evading their duties shall be flogged. Well, great. Delores, how have you been?
You've returned. What's become of my home?
Bit wraithy, but it's good. It's a good place.
Thank you. This means so much. And perchance, did you find my chest? With my treasures?
No. Could be
I found a
someone's
diary that had some
Perhaps.
sort of strange
Some of the years
things.
have passed. But go back and search carefully. I've naught else to offer you.
I'll do that. Time I was on my way.
God's guide you.
Okay, so she's telling me that I have missed something.
Good
I've
day.
not searched carefully enough. But at least she has a home to go back to now.
Ask a bear to dance.
Okay, let's take one more look at Delores' dear insistence. Plus, there just seems to be more to this story somehow. I'm not sure if she's trying to, like, lure me into some sort of trap. You should surely, you didn't find it. You should go back and look more carefully for sure. No. I definitely won't be waiting with a stiletto around one of the corners. Not me. Ready to take your fine witcher gear from your corpse. No, I'm sure I'm just missing it. She has a stash somewhere. It's in the outhouse, isn't it? This is what I've been missing. I check in here one more time. That's where we got her diary. This is where we got nothing. Is there like a room behind something I'm missing? Oh, no problem. Thank you for searching your memory banks on my behalf. I may not have gone in here. And it was locked. There we go. That would be my problem.
Delores. Something here. The chest.
That's slowly sliding out of the wall. And it's done. Alright. There we go. Now you can keep it. Now that I found it, keep your 100 florins. Witcher code? No, not me. Alright, there we go. Just to make sure that's not dangling out there. Let me see if she has anything else to say now that I've found it. Anything else to say about this unfortunate business with your brother? Not implying anything. I'm sure I misread your diary.
For what you did, I must thank you again.
With a hot bowl of stew, perhaps? Is that possible? No? Then I'll be on my way.
Peaceful home. Farewell.
Farewell, Witcher.
Well, that's a lovely
Take
sentiment,
care of
Geralt.
yourself.
Thank you. Okay, Delores has her home and her 100 florins. I wish her well. Roach, let's get out of here. I am thinking it may be time to run back and try to clean up this first, Wild at Heart, there it is. This first quest we found ourselves on. I'm sure there will be an area to fast travel to closer. Oh, let's just jump right into the pit. We'll see if he's still as difficult to wound, and if so, we'll try to hunt down some of that wolfsbane or whatever we need. But I keep thinking that will make all the difference, and then I get into the sub-menus and I realize it's a 10% damage increase. It's like, if I can't do it without the 10% damage increase, then I'm likely in trouble regardless. So let's just try this now that I've leveled up a touch. I think it must be around back. I wish I had an extra chicken leg on hand. Golly. Ah. Literally, as I said that, wasted my other chicken leg with a mispress. What I was trying to do was open this and make sure I have Igni, which I do. What a shame. So this may require another pit stop for extra chicken. Hello. I'm back. Yeah, it's the fact that he's regenerating. That was what was weird about it. It's like I need to be able to kill him much, much faster or stop the regeneration. And also not die, which is difficult. So that's what makes this one so strange. Let me take a look at that real quick before I die here. I'm going to do something very un-witcherly and use my digital device to check up what is making him regenerate exactly. Ah, there are bombs that stop healing. That might be what I'm after. Let me check if I have any such things. Bombs. 0. Okay. So yes. Okay, the infinite healing werewolf. Yes, tell me do. Tell me, strange digital device. Someone's saying you can kind of cheese it with that Earden spell. Or you could also kind of stun it with Axie, and while it's stunned, it can't regenerate. But neither of those things would help me immensely. That's weird. It also says that regeneration, apparently, if this is correct, someone is saying the regeneration only starts when you first get the werewolf down to 30% health. But if you then run away, it's always regenerating from the start. So it's actually easier to, like, restart the quest to get it to stop that. But, that sounds like a lot of work. So I have very, very little health, very, very little chance of doing anything here. I had better try to figure something else out. Yeah, I have definitely checked the bestiary entry when we were here last time. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, so sorry. So we will come back to the werewolf again. I am not going to deal with it right now. I still have to fight that sergeant. Let me check if I can actually get to him now that I want to talk to the Baron about Temeria. Not Temeria, but Tamara. There it is. But if I can avoid the Baron, let me try to sneak in here real quick. Hello again, gentlemen. I look feathery than when you last saw me. I understand your concern.
Master the trade keeps the hunger at bay.
Quite the work my man's got, eh? Not half bad. Brought him a bucket of peelings yesterday. The feast we had.
Lifeless, move it! I seem to cast my breath. I think the
Very lovely sky we have ourselves today. It's finally not raining all over me. There's so very little beauty in this world, but what's there is stunning. That's not the way to say it, I guess. There's plenty of beauty around, it's just the grime cake to top it. Let me take a brief look at this guy's stock. He appears to have some balmy-looking things. Oh, quartermaster.
Fancy a gander at our little stockpile.
Oh, that's not all.
Show me what you got.
I'm always tempted to waste my money on more decoy cards. You know me and decoy cards. So he must have onions, which I am mistaking for bombs, but no bombs. But lovely store of onions he's got there. Oh, pardon me, madam. I do apologize.
How can I help you?
What are you selling? What's good?
What's good? No one's gonna help me. Oh well.
Take care now.
That's fair enough.
Oh. Am I prone invisible?
I'll tell you where the loot's at.
Your man
There's loot?
put the loot between them long ago. At least that's what I would have done. And you, shut it now. Save your strength. Die with some dignity.
A boiled dragon.
No, I'm curious where the loot's at though. If they don't want to know, I'll slip in here.
Where'd you come
All
from?
right, Sergeant.
All challenging.
I'm ready.
Huh?
Let's try this.
Look who we have here!
The Baron know this is how his men amuse themselves?
Baron knows all about it. Even bets in the fight sometimes.
Bets like a dumb fuck. Always loses.
Oh, no need to go crazy with it. How about
Let's
a nice
start.
20?
All right. Come to daddy.
Don't object to your
It's always good to start a fight by shouting, "Come to daddy." You're the sergeant. Sergeant Pushover, maybe.
What a fight!
I bet your torso doesn't even have any scars.
The Witcher has defeated the Sergeant and become champion of all Velen. If you've not had your fill, you'll find worthy pugilists elsewhere. Plenty of them in Novigrad, plenty in the Skelliger Isles.
Look in my eyes. What makes you think I would ever have my fill of pugilism? Thank you for this tip. I need it. Alright, now we're level 8. Fantastic. What do we got here? Mostly combat at the moment. I have started to push up my delusion. I'm not sure if there's any real point in continuing to level it up. I typically don't use the actual combat action. I just use the passive dialogue bonus, which I'm sure I've mentioned before. Bomb creation. It is always active. Good. Just making sure. I am just gonna wait on that one, I think, in case I need it for something specific later. Alright, so I want to make sure I don't run into the Baron here. I'd better get out of his foyer.
Hey, lads, fancy an outing to find that she-beast?
Let me check something here. In the old alchemy menu. So that explodes. This prevents monsters from transforming. I don't know if that would apply to the regeneration, or if it only would change them from doing something else. I am not sure. And the part that's weird about it is I've played this game many, many times in the past, and I've never had to do any of this. I've never had to make a bomb or an oil to progress. I've always found another way. I definitely don't want to go down the oil path. I think I'm just going to keep waiting until I can face the werewolf in Mortal Kombat. I am one level higher now, even.
Used to be wagons showed on market days, loaded with all kinds of fat, smoke bacon, lard.
First the armies in the parks, now the army.
Alright, I am going to end it here. Thank you very, very much for your time.
Try to win them all, but you won't.
I will be back in The Witcher next time I have a chance.